Hi, welcome to the Finance and Governance webinar for MC Candidates 1819. I'm Lily, MC VP Finance for 1718. This is the agenda that we'll go through today. So we'll go through some history, the 1718 context, 2018 plan, the current network trends, MCVP Finance and Governance Live, as well as some Q&A towards the end. If you have any questions, please save your questions till the end of all of this. So firstly, for history, in 1213, we had a lack of documentation. Transition was done by CD, and then we had a change of accounting program from QuickBooks to Yendo, followed by having LCs to invoice EPs, and then having MC to invoice LCs for the payment. And MC stipend increased from $250 to $400. In 1314, we had centralized EP payments, along with quarterly finance reports, an introduction to the business model for the network and finance awards, and then a NAF based on the budget amount with a fixed price for different membership statuses. In 1450, we had a change of accounting program from Yendo to Xero, which is a paid system that we are still currently using today. We've introduced monthly finance reports from the previously quarter finance reports. We've started finance subcommittees being led by VP Finances, and that was based on budgeted exchange numbers. In 1516, we implemented Xero. OGX product pricing had a change, so an increase. Financial model had an update where the split between MC and LC was less on the MC side and increased on the LC side. We had an improved collaboration between LCPs and VP Finances. The commission started to have fortnightly commission chats, and NAF was based on actual HGIS, and this term made a loss as well. In 1617, we had ICX product pricing increase, as well as a financial model update for ICX. The MC portion became fixed in this year. We started consultancy chats with VP Finances and LCPs. For subcommittee chairs, we introduced having LCPs instead of VP Finances across all subcommittees. There was a partnership started with some lawyers for pro bono hours to assist us. And LC budgets were based and restructured around the customer flow. There was a introduction of the ECB and FAB as well, which was managed by the VP Finance, and the MC stipend decreased from $400 to $300. So for this snapshot slide, which you would have seen in the general webinar, this slide shows the change in exchange numbers across the years from 1213 along to 1718. On this next slide, you can see the financial growth and increase and decrease across the past 4 years. So you can see in 1415, we ended the term in a profit, $1,272 per EP, and in that year, that was 410 exchanges. Whereas if you can look at 1718, currently at 302 exchanges in this period, at $552 per EP. So we can see that we have become a bit more efficient in terms of our spending per EP to get the exchanges that we need. For 1718 context, we can see that from our current first half yearly budget for income, in terms of core budget revenue, for currently we are running OGB and IGT as our core revenue streams. 82% coming from OGB, 11% coming from IGT, and 6% coming from PD. On the expenses side, our current actuals are 55% allocated to NAF, 42% allocated to admin, so that's office management as well as stipends, and 2% into investments. More on 1718 context. So at the start of 1718, the entity was at around 80% finance standards implementation. There was poor retention of VP finances across the network. There was 5 new VP finances starting in August. Accounting and bookkeeping faced some issues on the MC level. On the LC side, in a bid to grow, LCs decreased their expenses down a bit past minimum, which can be seen in their SONA data, where when analyzed, we can see that they had no standardized cost structure, and the expenses per OGX EP ranged from $7 to $350. So that EPs were not getting standards and our products were not being sustainable enough. There was also LCs in debt due to inability to pay NAF, mainly due to the low exchange result. Oh, what happened? 16-17 focused on governance, which shifted needed attention from finance. There was a change management of I6 pricing ongoing till today. The lawyer partnership strengthened between MC and the lawyers that we are working pro bono hours on, and we've had many of our key documents reviewed. And PD is still a challenge to rely for stable income, even though we can control this. For 2018 plan, we have the LC budget evolving from just being based around the customer flow into now being coded together with a sustainability model that was introduced at the start of 2017. So then with this model, there has been additions to the budget where it includes finance metrics that are being tracked and auto-coded for efficiency of information management, and just like analysis of how the network is going. Finance processes have been shifted to front office. So this is mainly in terms of income tracking and pipeline tracking. 100% finance standards implementation by July 31st of 2018. Continuing on consultancy chats with VP finances and LCPs to support the finance MEC. LCP education of finance at basic VP finance level, and then moving on to educating the EB about finance as well. For our OGX products, where the split for MC and LC are now up to, let's just say 45-55, 45 for MC and 55 for LC. There has been an introduction of EST to look at NAF model, so research and development into how it can be more sustainable for the entity. OGX contracts are to be updated as well in the upcoming months to prevent EP refund cases that are a few years back and a bit past kind of our information management currently. And subcommittee chairs are looking to educate our network and mainly our LCPs on governance and remind them for any particular membership deadlines. So the current network trends that we're facing right now is that we're having more VP finances being integrated into operations. Our 2018 week number 2 is shifting this integration out. What I mean by that is that our week 2 is being focused on how each individual member can achieve 100% of their goals. So with that being said, then front offices will have their goal that they are meant to hit, and then finance should not be too integrated into operations where they also will be achieving the same goals as front office. For structure of finance as well, we are moving into a 1 VP finance structure with no members. Another trend of the network is that we have strong collection of data, except there is weak usage and weak influence making of the data. There's also very high importance for governance currently, and there's been needing more support from finance subcommittee regarding NFR towards the VP finance network. And currently in the elects, there are 3 LCPs from the finance network. Connecting and stop recording. I think it's disconnecting. Okay, I'll edit this part out when I fix up the video. Back to what I was saying. And on this slide, you can see a kind of daily schedule that I have in my current role at MCPP Finance. So on Mondays, we usually have all of our meetings for our products. So mainly for our financial meeting, where we look at the pipeline of our front office, as well as week's meeting to see how we're going with our national projects, followed by our product meetings and preparation for our MC meeting the next day. So on Tuesdays, we have the MC meeting. We have a hacking space for any major things that we are finding challenging in the network, and a newsletter update to the network to kind of update what has been going on so far, and key messages that needs to be delivered down. Wednesdays and Fridays are more for bookkeeping, along with any reporting needed. Thursdays, there is a NLT chat where I provide a financial update, and a commission chat is currently on Thursday evenings. And Fridays, I have a ESG meeting at the same time. Things that don't usually happen on a week-to-week basis, but more on a either fortnightly or monthly or quarterly. I check in with the VP Finances, check in with AST, ACB, and subcommittee management, chatting with the lawyers, as well as any additional responsibilities such as coaching, conference management, and VOA meetings. So if there are any questions with anything you've seen in this presentation, feel free to reach out to me, give me a message, or just like comment on this video, and I'll get to you with the answer.